All right, to here in one of the caves where I found, where I found a translocator, and just below that, come on down, and here's a beautiful deposit of copper. So, time to collect some copper. And when is it time to collect copper? When you find copper. Until you have too much copper and you're not using copper tools anymore, then it's not the time to collect copper. And I have been lucky enough to get to that point before in another map. I haven't played that long on this one, so we're not there. But I finally found some tin. Yay! So now I'm in the tin bronze age. So that's good. That's a nice big step. I played at least 40 hours on this map before I could find tin. And I traveled and dug and pro-picked and over near where my initial base was. Oh, look at this. There just was no tin anywhere. Pro-pick wasn't detecting any. Of course, in that case, we're talking about cassiterite. It wasn't being able to pick any of that up, which is, well, as far as my experience is concerned, that's the only place where I've gotten the tin other than surface stuff. Never found one piece on the surface. Panned lots of granite. Didn't get tin from that, which I've done before. Finally found me a deposit. And I mined the ever-living crap out of that and used my pro pick to try to find more. And I did eventually, I had to go some distance, but I did eventually find more tin. But yeah, once I found it, I made sure that I did what I could to take full advantage of that. Because for me on that map, that was a rare and precious commodity. Or I should say on this map. And as you can see, I am really quite south on this map. Back home right now, it's sub-zero in Fahrenheit. So it's quite sub-zero in centigrade, or Celsius. It's no fun to be there right now. But I have established a nice southerly base. Ooh, hello. Let's save those for later. Oh, lost that pick too. Oh, got quite a collection here, and this is rich stuff, so that's even better. I'm not hurting for copper, but I don't have so much of it that it's not worth picking up more. I just made, was it 9 pickaxes, copper pickaxes? Just made a bunch of copper stuff. So I've gone through quite a bit of it just recently. And just made my first lantern, so used a couple of pieces of copper for that. Want to make a lot more lanterns, because they are nice. On my northern base, I'd like to get some kind of indoor, underground, I guess I should say, farming established, because growing season is way too short there. In fact, by the time I got my first garden started, it was just way too far late in the season, and I've gotten absolutely nothing from it, and that's okay. except that I've needed food, so I was forced to come south, and that was alright too, because I much prefer this than playing in the cold winter. I live in the cold winter. I don't want to play in the cold winter too, because right now it's 24 degrees outside my house. On the 25th of February, so yeah, cold. Don't need artificial cold to go along with my real cold. It's depressing. The location where this translocator takes me is a couple thousand blocks north, which is still fantastic weather. And that is actually where I finally found my tin, was where that translocator was at. So that was awesome. Still all rich. Oh, got a piece of crystallized. Alright, so we can mine those without those dropping, because there's a floor into there still, or more material. I absolutely love this game, and I really don't know exactly why, but in real life my favorite thing to do is go and explore and just go out in the woods and traipse around and see what's out there. And I guess that's probably why I like this game so much, because that's most of what I like to do in this, is go wandering around and exploring. So that's probably why I like it. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and drop these down there. We'll get down there before they despawn. More crystallized, guys? Yeah, more crystallized chunks. Alright, here we go. This is a good sized deposit. Get out of the water. Okay. That goes for you too, ore. And those will get washed downstream, so. Well, not exactly. That one thought it was a piece of gold and was too heavy to come down. So have I dug this all out? Any more ore? I mean, that is quite the deposit. Okay, let's just, so I should put a torch up here just to mark how I got here. I don't even have that torched up right now. There we go. An idea that I didn't have on my own, but that I've learned from watching other YouTubers, and they're playing this, is the idea that when you're caving, always place your torches to the right. That way when you're exiting, it helps you find your way back out, which I think is a pretty clever idea. Alright, let's check this side out. Ooh, big hole. Oh, look at that, more copper. Okay, well, let's take more copper. More rich ore, wow. This is like the copper find of the century here. without doubt, this is going to be the largest copper mining haul that I've ever had. And I have played, maybe not quite 1,000 hours of this game, but I have played a lot, many hundreds of hours. And yeah, I haven't owned the game that long. I just really like it. That stalagmite might have to go if he keeps getting in my way. Or stalactite, rather. Stalagmites are the ones on the ground. They might make it to the ceiling. Stalactites are the ones hanging from the ceiling that are holding on tight and working their way down to the floor. Did lots of spelunking when I was a young man. Grew up near a huge lava field. And in fact, the place was called Lava Beds National Monument, just in extreme northern California, around a little town called Tule Lake. That's not where I lived, but I grew up in the area to where it was a very accessible place, and just had lava tubes just absolutely running everywhere. And it's a monument because there was a huge standoff between the cavalry and the Indians that lived in the area. There were ice caves and caves that you'd end up crawling on your belly using your elbows and your toes to scoot you along. I did that no problem when I was young, but I don't think I'm all that interested in doing that at this age. No longer a young man. My goodness, this is a lot of copper. I need to find something like this with iron. That'd be way cool. Sorry about that driving. Not driving very well right now, apparently. Can't figure out how to go forwards or backwards or sideways or whatever, so spaz time. That's hard for me to watch. I don't know about you, but even when I'm the driver, that's hard for me to go through. I cannot believe how much copper is here. Holy cow. Guess I better eat something. A lot of something. Fresh picked berries. There's the South for you. My berry farm up north is just frozen. Not going to do anything for months. I think next time I make a world, I might try just all out heading for the south, seeing what that does for me. Because I always end up coming to the south in all of my maps that I play. But it's always a little bit later. This time it was a bit earlier. So maybe if I just go there in the beginning. I know the challenge of that is that you don't have the resources in the early game to just be going wherever you feel like. It's a little issue called starvation. Alright, let's see anything else. Oh, there's more there. I'd hate to orphan that guy, just leave him there by himself. Just pick a couple more. Alright, so we still got some more up here. Another hole, huh? Holy cow. My goodness, no end to copper. This is unbelievable. Wow. Nope, nothing there. All right. Now, let's see. Got some dirt I could throw under there. Any more? Not that that wasn't enough. Wow. That is incredible. Get rid of some things. So far I haven't done anything with the periodotite. I'll keep the rock. I have found rice down here in the south too. Mature rice, which is really weird out in the wild. Always find it 9 of 10. I actually found 10 of 10 out here. Well, let's move that and just take a look at what's down there now that I've polluted it with periodite stones. I guess I could check a little bit more, poke around. Not that it hasn't given me enough copper, but you hate to leave good copper alone. So there's one more piece. Any others? Unbelievable deposit. Looks like maybe he was just an orphan out there. Alright, well, I think I'm going to just be happy out of my mind with that. And who wouldn't be? See no stragglers. Lots to explore down here. Alright, well that was one heck of a copper mine. Well, thanks for watching this. To me, that was pretty darn impressive. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thanks, and have a great day.